And we are live. Welcome everybody to Power Word Fail on our first live streaming event.
Sup?
Hello.
We made it.
And
We did.
yeah, we made it.
There definitely wasn't any panic, sweating, or like, fear
We
rising.
were fine. We were so chill.
Good.
The chillest people ever.
Yeah.
Right on. Anyways, let's get it started. Welcome to Power Word Fail, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play live show.
Woo!
Starring Ian,
Ambrose Buisson, and where can I find some of that oil?
Ian, tell us a little bit about your character since this is our first live session.
Yeah, Ambrose Buisson is a high-class noble who has trained his entire life to study technology, gadgets, and his crossbow instead of using magical means. He has always tried to use magic and never achieved the ability to. He's dealing with a great crisis in his life and with his family and friends, but he is always pushing forward and being vigilant.
And learned how to hurt with his words too.
Oh yeah, and he's also really mean.
He's also
And sassy.
petty.
Sassy boy.
Yeah.
Petty too, you know.
You can't keep
Alright.
calling everybody peasants.
Well, they are.
Next, we have Andy.
Pickles. And there's a lot of shirtless men with oil on them, and I don't really understand. Hi, everybody. I'm Andy. You might know me as the voice of Pickles for the Power Word Fail podcast. Pickles is an adorable little goblin who calls herself a Goliath because she was raised by a clan called Oasis, who may or may not be organized crime and the mob and that kind of stuff. Pickles is tough. She does not really show her emotions. She's brutally honest at all times. And she's not afraid to give Ambrose a rough time of it when he's being petty.
I deserve it.
Probably.
Next, we have Austin.
I will be playing Theric the Gravesinger. Theric is a species of humanoid-ish owl bears known as the Kiln, and they are very entrenched into the traditions and rituals around death, and they are here for a good time. They are very play-oriented, I would say, as a person, and they, of course, are in love with another dear player, or not player, character.
Eric's in love with me?
No, actually, Cody.
Oh, you know what? That was my fault. I shouldn't have assumed. Yeah, that's not
Eric
me.
is very religious. I mean, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Next, we have Katie.
Hi, everybody. I'll be playing Adolia Rowan, bearer of the hero's light. Adolia is a Crystalborn, which is a homebrew race here in Telthar. She is bright pink and has sort of fiery hair. Adolia is a druid and a cleric. She was a member of the resistance in a police state called Northwatch, but don't you worry, the failures definitely killed that guy, the bad guy. So now she's on a new quest and about to meet the object of that quest, hopefully today.
And then we have Nathan, who's holding a
Hello,
ring.
everyone. Yes, I was Miraz the Magnificent, Wizard Extraordinaire. Up until recently, I was going around trying to garner my renown and spread my fame as the greatest wizard in all the land. But I died and am now just a ring. My soul is inside this ring, so that is me.
Very nice. And I am the Dungeon Master, Cody. I've been playing D&D for a long time. I thought I'd take my shot at DMing a podcast. What are you gonna do? And this is episode 52 of Power Word Fail.
We also have Tyrell here, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He's not on camera for me, so. TJ, you want to tell us somebody? Tyrell, you want to tell us some of your exploits here on the world of Telthar?
Yeah, so I am formerly Spock, Guardian of the Hero's Light, but he's dead now. And then I was also a temporary character, well, not so temporary anymore, but Ravenel, the Hand of the Master, and the great evil of the world. I now am, I guess, surprised because I'm still here. Will no longer be a temporary character and will be introduced as a permanent character on Power Word Fail. So I'm excited to be here.
We're all
Excited to have you here. Didn't mean to skip you. I guess that's just my track record now. I skip people. But yeah.
Last time, Ferric, Ambrose, Pickles, and Adalia awoke after a long rest, as the only failures still standing. You discussed the problem of Isaac Buisson after a failed life transference spell from the Dark Matron. Left him possibly soulless and definitely catatonic. Then deciding to take him with you to Ortemal in hopes of finding someone to help him. Ferric and Ambrose left camp to retrieve the cart abandoned in the woods alongside the Theocracy's border. Adalia and Pickles remained behind with Isaac for the day, discussing the recent tragic events and continuing their post-loss ritual of memorial tattoos. By the following morning, you were all reunited and began making your way to Ortemal. You eventually came across a celebration being held along the road where travelers were partying in anticipation of the upcoming games being held in the city. They informed you that the games are a trial of strength and combat for the Theocracy's finest warriors, and that a fan favorite street fighter known as the Rock of Bristol would be running the gauntlet the very next day. With a new urgency, you hurried on to Ortemal and quickly found your way to the great church dedicated to the Master, seeking shelter and aid for Isaac. While waiting for a healer, you observed a large number of mangled gnomes and cots who had been injured in a recent explosion making bombs for the war effort against Mornstead. You discovered they were all members of the Tinkerfall cartel. You were then invited to train with them at a steep cost. Soon after, a tall man with a long beard and a shaved head approached you. Master Healer Lorian. And that's where we will pick back up.
Master Lorian looks at you. He strokes his long beard and assesses the situation at hand. He leans down over Isaac Buisson, checks his pulse, looks at his wounds, opens his eyelids and looks into his pupils, opens his mouth, looks around in his mouth, looks in his ears, lifts up one of his arms and just drops it, and it just falls to the ground or to the table.
What's
He
your
looks at you
diagnosis?
all. He says, What can you tell me of his predicament?
I just found this man on the street. I just found him in a comatose state.
Roll deception.
Good luck.
Yeah, I got it. 14.
All right. He nods. This This man has been in some sort of life or death battle. His wounds are most grievous.
Can you do
You were
anything?
wise to bring him to me.
Can you heal him?
It would take a long time, but he could recover.
Good.
This is good.
What do you need of us? Do you have
He
the
looks at you.
resources?
I need nothing. You've brought this sick man to me, and that is all I require. But he kind of stammers his words a little bit. I would think you would like to. Would you like to come with me to speak in privacy?
Adalia kind of looks at everybody.
Ferric stiffens a little bit.
Of course, if you feel it's necessary.
He looks around and says, I think it would be for your own benefit.
So the way.
Can I make an insight check on this? Like, does he mean us harm, or is he being genuine?
Absolutely.
Crit 24, baby.
Yeah.
Nice.
You get the feeling that he, like the way he looks at the gnomes and then back at you, and the way he doesn't seem to want anything to take care of this sick and dying man, you think he's genuinely out for your best interest. Like he's trying to help you here.
Eric unclenches their jaw and their shoulders kind of slink. And they take their belt and kind of adjust it to put the sword a little further back on their hip to kind of signal to the other ones that Ferric's not going to be battle ready. And gestures to everybody else to come on over.
Adalia will follow.
Pickles will go last.
He would lead you all down the hall, not too far from the healing sanctum that you were just in, to a small, private little office that is sealed off. There is a young boy. He is an elf. He is writing on a scroll, and Master Healer Lorian would say, Servius, make sure no one disturbs us. And he would lead you inside. Inside, you would just see sculptures of the master and maybe a painting of his family. You would sit down at a little stool. He has several of them lining the wall for his various guests and students. Please have a seat.
I'm gonna
I am
stand.
a very well-informed man, and I know who you are.
Do you mean?
You're the ones they call the heroes of Mornstead.
I put my hand on my crossbow on my hip.
Ferric
There's no
puts
need
their
for
hand
violence.
on Ambrose's chest. It is
I-
okay, Ambrose.
I recognized you from your description.
We are somewhat recognizable. But I promise you, we mean you no harm. We do not come as agents of Mornstead.
I did not suspect so. As you've brought me this sick man, I believe you to be kind people. And so I will do you a kindness and gesture in return. You must leave this city at once. You are simply not safe here.
We cannot leave at once. There is something we need to do. Who should we be afraid of? What threat awaits us here?
The Master's Inquisition. They are protectors of the doctrine, seekers of heresy. They believe, well, we know you to be responsible for releasing the Dragon Pharaoh, who's been plaguing our northern lands.
Pharaoh is here.
Yes, far to the north. He has been destroying farmlands near the mountains.
Last time we knew, he was flying towards the floating cities. To the west. We did not know he was here.
Well, it seems he has changed his mind. Or maybe there's something locally that has his interest. He travels quite fast.
Do these Inquisitor dudes like look like anything? Like, do they wear color? Is there something we could avoid?
Many of them wear the clothes of the common people.
Of course they do.
The very high-ranking of them would wear a helmet that resembles a dog.
Well, that should be easy to spot at least.
How
Realistically, if we don't leave,
He shrugs and says, I suspect you will be caught by the end of the day.
how well informed are these people? How quickly do you think they could find us?
Says they have ears all over the city. I'm sure if you're here, I'm sure someone has reported you.
Thank you, Healer Lorien. You did not have to warn us. We appreciate it.
He sighs and says, it is my responsibility to uphold the peace. The people of my land are so eager to go to war. They know not the terrors that it holds. I am working with your new king, Nelius Rome. He is one of three, I hear, a triumvirate of kings.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
To that we are also responsible.
He nods and he says, and I thank you, because that is the first step towards peace. The previous queen allowed her advisors in the Golden Council to do much of her speaking for her, and we were making no traction.
Have you talked to Kelvin? Is that who you're talking about? Did you meet Kelvin?
I have spoken with Kelvin.
Yeah, all right. It was Kelvin.
Yeah.
healer, I am looking for a man. His name is Ravenov. What can you tell me about him?
He is a simple soldier.
Wait, you know him? Like he's here?
Yes, he's not a very popular man. He has fallen into disgrace as of recently, but
How
well,
so?
he follows an insane man.
Who?
That tracks.
Name is Atreides,
Please.
and he has lost his mind in his old age. But he has followers.
Are we talking like dangerous crazy or just like seeing imaginary dogs on the street crazy?
He laughs and he says, more like the second one.
Oh, okay.
He has illusions of grandeur.
What does Atreides believe? What is his delusion?
He seeks to become a god.
Oh, that's good. Just, wanting to become a god. Totally need more of those in the world.
Is
He
this
kind
not-
of looks at his feet and says, if anyone were to be a god, I would hope it would be a man like him.
What do you mean by
But-
that?
He's a great man. Philosopher, warrior, artist. Kind, like you and me.
Just missing a few marbles.
Until he was on the right path, doing the master's duty. But something went wrong, and he stumbled upon his path of heresy.
Is he also hunted by the people after us?
He nods. Indeed.
And is he here in the city?
He looks at you and says, I don't think I can tell you that under fear that you will get caught by the Inquisition.
Speaking
Would
of,
you
do we
be
need to
willing
go?
to-
Because we've probably been reported already.
He nods. Says,
Like, I don't want to get you in trouble.
Well, I have means. I am not above the Inquisition, but I am very powerful. I am not doing anything against the law.
Thank
Okay,
you.
but should we go?
He nods and says,
Okay.
I think you should leave the city at once. Is that what you're going to do?
Probably not, but it's good to know that's your recommendation.
Then allow me to do this one further kindness. I will have Servius take your horses to the edge of town.
Warn them that one is purple and might act weird.
He nods and says, I would expect no less from you.
Good.
Your horses are very noticeable.
It's kind of our thing. I'm getting.
He looks at your clothes and says, you have done well to blend in. I probably wouldn't have recognized you. Except for I have been in the briefings many times where they've told us your descriptions now.
You have done us a great kindness by sharing this information. Thank you for taking care of the person we brought in. We will not put you in further danger.
If, if you could just pass a message on to your friends for us.
He nods.
Tell this Atreides? Was that their name?
Yes.
Tell them that we will fly a black flag at the edge of town. That's where they will be able to find us.
He nods.
Thank you. And Ferric reaches out a paw to handshake.
He will shake your hand. He'll give you one of those like double handshakes.
Ferric looks to Pickles and nods. Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. Bye. Pickles just opens the door.
Safe travels to.
Marches back. It's never safe.
Are we, how do we say, beelining for the edge of town?
No, we're going straight to the Rock Upper Stall.
How are we gonna get to the Rockover stall? We don't even know where he is.
Is he at the
Oh,
Coliseum?
We know where he will be, though. We can't be this close and then just walk away.
Some of us can transmogrify our visage. I believe that those who can shift shall, and find the Rock of Bristol. The rest of us will go to the edge of town and await.
So you want me and Ambrose just to go to the edge of town and
I will
definitely
come
not
with
get
you.
in any trouble.
I
But
don't
you
think we're
gotta-
going to split. But, like,
Well, I mean, if
this
I
area
wrap
is
up
hot.
enough, I could look like a small child. So,
that's true. I can carry you.
all right, we gotta do this just because I
I'm
want to
just
see
kidding.
Ambrose carry me around. Nope, it's happening now.
All right, I can do that.
Can we find like an alley or something to duck into that hopefully no one sees us duck into? Or are we just like the center of attention right now?
I would say that you're not really the center of attention. I mean, people are watching you as you leave Master Healer Lauren's little office there. But I would say that they're no more paying attention to you than they were before. He would follow you out and tell his elven servant boy to go and fetch the horses and lead them to his spot on the northwestern side of town. That's the way you said you were flying, so he will do that for you.
Great. So disguise yourself up, look like a nice little family. Go to the games, I guess.
All right.
Maybe we should
So
have a
do you want to
plan.
roll like a disguise check, Pickles? Or does someone want to roll one for her?
I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself, but it's going to
Nice.
be a disguise kit that's just really well done. So it's, I'll put a bottle cap on, and
Bottle cap.
There you go.
I put some makeup on to like smooth out the lines of my bottle cap, and do everything else that's need to be done.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy
if-
looking, but just
Like,
very
you-
bland.
You three are completely different people, and I'm just me. Like, is it really gonna look like it's not me traveling with the kiln, traveling with the?
Just swaddle Pickles like a baby.
Yeah, I'm
We-
gonna carry you, Pickles. You're
We
my
could
child.
Shave you.
What?
Oh,
What?
no. I don't think
No.
we could do that.
Just your face? And your
I-
head?
I feel like you don't want to see. That would be worse. I would terrify
Giant
small
naked
children.
ears.
Wait a minute, I have an idea.
No.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna run into like a bazaar section and look for like baby carriages that have like a lid over top that can like hide.
Oh.
There's gotta be something around here.
My.
Not that.
Yeah,
funny.
they have. I think you could find something like that.
Give me a little red wagon.
Oh, wagon. Yeah, it's gonna cost you 2 silver.
I don't have any Ortemalian currency, so I'm gonna trade it a
fair.
short sword.
Ferric has Ortemalian
Yeah.
currency.
Oh, nice. Okay. If you don't mind, I'll take some of that, and
Yeah,
I'll buy a baby carriage that can hold a heavy baby.
I hate this.
I'm down to 24 theocracy silver.
Okay, cool. I'm going to also put a little bit of eye bags under my eyes to make it look like I'm very like a stressed parent, and I'm going to come back to the alleyway.
How much do you look like your father right now?
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, God. I didn't even think about that.
Oh no! Just like him.
Oh, too
Unintentionally.
much.
Spitting image.
Oh,
You like look in a mirror and you're like, damn.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
I hope I never lose my hair. And I'll come back to the group. And I smack on the side of the carriage. Check out this ride, Pickles.
This thing can fit so many pickles in it.
So many pickles in it. This bad boy can hold so many goblins.
I'm gonna get in there, but you owe me big time for this shit.
We'll never speak of it. How about that?
Okay. Never.
Don't forget,
Never.
you're supposed to say goo goo gaga, all that stuff. We can, yeah.
That's not happening.
Is Pickles like swaddled in a blanket?
Last session, she bought this extra long toga.
Oh,
Oh,
bad.
that's true.
Right.
Yeah.
So you could just drape that like over her ears.
Yep, so
you
that's
know,
just
so
like-
that it's just her little face.
Okay. Well,
Adalia's gonna duck into an alley while Ambrose is shopping for baby carriages and take on the visage of that little red-headed assassin guy that
Yeah.
she sucked the face off of as he died.
Oh dang.
Oh no, it's dark.
I'm also going to magical tinkering. Just kind of like little. It's not necessarily magical tinkering, but I'm gonna assemble my heavy crossbow like underneath Pickles, but able to fire like if I ever have to. It's just like get it propped up and stuck. So it's not like I'm carrying the heavy crossbow, but it's underneath Pickles, like
This is not
just in case I need to
comfortable.
fire.
You've got like
Popped
a
into the
trigger on the
carriage.
handle.
Yeah, essentially, it's just kind of like
So you have a loaded baby carriage containing a swaddled goblin, right? That's what we're
Yes.
working
Yep.
with?
That's
Okay.
what we're working with.
Just checking,
fully loaded.
And Ferric will cast Disguise Self, snuck up into this alley, and they will appear as They're going to like take a hint from Miraz and turn into a beautiful tiefling woman.
very
Nice.
nice.
That was a good disguise, Miraz. So I figure I will steal
Thank you.
it.
Are you going by Zorine now, or are you keeping your name? Or using a different name?
Yeah, you guys gonna change names again?
Yeah.
Oh god. I mean,
God.
I don't know if anyone would think that kid, the assassin, was named Idalia, so probably we'll have to.
Right.
We can worry about names later.
Pickles, what's your what name do you want to be called if I have to?
I
shuffle you
don't
around?
know. Make one up.
Goober.
What?
Rickles.
Goober?
Rickles.
Rickles.
Cooper.
Rickles?
Rickles, the baby. That's what we're going with.
My baby Rickles.
I have to think of some names. I don't think that's gonna work here, but I'll
We
try.
could call her Ricky for short,
Ricky, that works.
but we all know it's Rickles.
Is that gonna come up? Like you could just. Can we go?
It's okay,
Uh.
Ricky. Calm down.
Go to sleep. Go to-
Oh, baby.
I put the lid on.
The middle finger just comes
down
up.
the sunscreen.
Close the lid so you can't.
Perfect.
I would like to take a short rest.
All right. Well,
immediately asleep.
I like to assume that Pickles has instantly fallen into a nap. Okay, so is it obvious where the games are? Do we know where
Yeah,
we
they
need
were at
to
that
go?
great big Coliseum.
Yeah, at the
that you passed
Coliseum?
earlier.
Okay. Adalia, as a teenage redheaded boy, is going to just start ushering everyone in that direction. We need to hurry. We
Do we all know each other?
yes.
Okay.
I feel like you're putting much more thought into this disguise than we're really going to need.
What's our backstory?
All right.
They said we needed to get there early for good seats. Right?
They did.
Yes.
For the heroes
Then
of
let us
Morn.
go. Hopefully we can meet him quickly and then leave the city.
I'm gonna scan the perimeter to see if anyone was watching us while we're doing this too, in the process.
Yeah, roll like a perception check. Adalia, you didn't notice anyone with your like 22 perception.
23, baby.
23, oh my god.
9.
Nope, you don't notice anybody.
I think we're good.
Excellent.
Can we go now? It's getting kind of hot in here.
Yes, Ricky. We're going. Yeah. Heading straight there. Adalia's on a mission. She has focus now, and she is not going to be easily dissuaded, even by inquisitors.
Right. All right. So you head to the Colosseum, the center of Ortemal. It is really densely packed with people, but you see that it is arguably less crowded than it was earlier. But as you get inside, you realize it's because they're all already in here. And it is packed. And you guys have terrible seats.
We do get seats. We can see.
Yeah, you can get in if you go all the way to the top.
Nosebleed.
DM, on while we're going to the Coliseum, was there any children crying?
Children crying.
Like, this is a very important question. Just if there was like babies crying, like that parents are walking around, just wondering if there possibly could be.
Yeah, let's roll for it.
Should I roll a d20 for that, or?
I'm just gonna roll a percentile here, and no, you didn't see any. Didn't see any bad parents or crying children.
That's all I need to know.
That's
But let me know if you do.
Let me know if some show up.
Let me know if any children start weeping
I'll
in the
keep
street.
rolling for it.
Babies crying. That's all I want to know.
Babies crying.
I'll keep rolling
Babies
for it
crying.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
We
So are
have
you
to-
guys willing to go sit all the way up at the top, or are you gonna do anything about it, or?
I think Ferric is going to we have an old man with us now. I think Ferric as Zareem will take Ambrose's hand and be like, "Come on, Grandpa, come on. We need to find you a nice, good seat near the front so you can see with your terrible eyes." And is going to try to charisma themselves a way to get closer seats based off of Grandpa's poor vision.
I'm just
Yeah,
nodding my
give
head.
like
and
a
that's speaking.
persuasion check.
That's something that I'm good at. That's a 17.
All right. Yeah, I think as you start like saying that loudly, some big strong men in like the middle section where you guys are coming in, because it's like a split level. So as you walk in, you see this massively crowded arena. It goes down further into the ground where there's like the competitors far below you. And then the stairs also go down into the ground where you could sit really close. And then the stairs also go up where you could sit really far away. You guys are kind of in the middle. And as you say this, those big men kind of stand up and, "Oh, please, allow me." You know, they like escort you in and like, "We must respect our elders." Here, come sit over here by the stairs so you can get a good view. He gives you like a row seat for
Thank
extra
you
leg
so
room.
much. Wonderful, dears, wonderful.
Me and my friend here will just we'll figure something out. And then him and
We'll
his
crouch down real low for you. You big, strong, beautiful man. I'm sure you can see right over our heads.
yeah, for sure. They make some room for you.
Okay. I want to listen to chatter. What's everybody talking about? Do we get the impression that like the Rock of Bristol is up first? Or like is this an opening ceremonies sort of situation? Like where are we at in the programming?
Right. So you have to wait for another. According to the people, they're all complaining, why do we have to wait for so long for the opening ceremonies to begin? So, it hasn't started yet. You do hear a lot of chatter about the Rock of Bristol. No one's sure when he's going to go on. It could be early, it could be late. Some people are thinking that it's going to be the finale because it's the Rock of Bristol. Other people think that he's going to go first because that's when the most people will be here. And that he's a showboat and he wants to be wherever the people are.
Sure.
So, it's kind of, no one's exactly sure. But it's about another hour away until the opening ceremonies start.
How are we gonna get to him? Like, are we just here to watch? Like, should we go?
Actually seen him before. So if we could even find out what he looks like, then we might be able to find him more easily.
I can't
Right
see
now we
anything
have-
from this carriage.
Yes, I'm sorry, Ricky, but the rest of us might be able to see him a little bit better.
Okay. What a fun time.
Can I try lifting the hood up just a bit so you can see, but you can't see the baby's face? It's just a
Just these
small
horrible bright eyes.
Giant.
group of eyes,
face.
in the dark.
Oh my god.
Have a raccoon in there?
They've got a skin sensitivity, there's all sorts of things. It's magic, the magic stuff. A great, terrible curse upon our child.
That's terrible news. I'm sorry to hear that. The
That's
master
fair.
does add challenges to our lives, but it's only to enhance them. I'm sure it happened for a reason.
Of course. Our entire family has grown so much as we've borne this deeply tragic event. Isn't that right, Ricky? And she'll pat the top of the carriage.
That's deep.
There's no response.
Mhm.
You can feel the anger just seeping out.
Is there a crying baby near me?
I'll roll again.
Yes, Ricky.
Yes, it's Ricky.
Yeah. Actually,
Awesome.
you've been waiting for about 30 minutes talking to these swole bros that you kind of stood in front of about the hardships of raising a cursed baby.
Cursed baby.
And you do eventually hear a kid start screaming about how they want a giant mutton leg that they see other people have.
No, I'm looking for an infant baby.
I want my leg.
That's not the baby I'm looking for. I'm
Why
looking
do you
for
need an
baby.
infant baby?
You'll see. You'll see. You'll see.
Okay.
He is being kind of a bad father. He's just yelling, quiet, quiet.
Oh.
The games are going to start soon.
Who brings an
I
infant
ignore
to the palace?
That's not the
All
real
right.
baby.
You just
Looking for a
ignore
young
it.
baby.
A really young baby. Okay, I have no idea what you're going for, but whatever.
Infant.
Newborn.
So you wait for the rest of the half hour here for the games to begin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still constantly trying to pick up anything, like any hints about the Rock of Bristol, stuff that we don't already know about him.
I heard he's
Right.
10 stories tall. Kill men with one hand. he shoots bright, blinding laser beams from his eyes.
One hand? I heard it was one thumb.
I heard he just flicked
Yeah, a
people
lot of
with
stuff
his
like that.
toes, and they launched into the stratosphere.
Great.
I heard
Dahlia's
he's
like-
never lost a wrestling match.
I heard he
He
invented
once punched
wrestling.
a guy so hard he knocked him out in one hit. One hit KO.
He doesn't
Oh,
do
shut-
push-ups. He pushes the earth down.
I heard his first match he didn't even show up and still won.
Yeah, the guy was too scared to come to either, so victor by default, even though he wasn't there.
He once won a staring contest with a mirror.
All right.
Well, you do hear the opening ceremony music starts, and one of the swole bros is like, "Quiet, guys, quiet. The ceremony's about to begin." And a man in a toga with like the laurels on his head walks out into the center of the field, and he holds up this small little box, and he starts speaking into it, and it amplifies his voice, and you can all hear him say, "Welcome to the second day of the Ortemalian Games, a magnificent celebration of sportsmanship, determination, and unity. As we gather here today, athletes from all around the nation are ready to embark on another thrilling journey of competition, pushing the boundaries of their physical and mental abilities. Yesterday, we witnessed moments of triumph and inspiration that reminded us of the sheer power of the mortal potential. Like the master himself, the energy and passion that filled our stadium was palpable. As the athletes displayed their unwavering commitment to their craft. Today, we gather once again to witness the continuation of this extraordinary event, where dreams will be chased and records will be shattered. But let us not forget that these games are not merely about a pursuit of glory, but they are a celebration of our country and the transcendent boundaries that we attempt. As we witness these athletes come together under the banner of the theocracy and camaraderie, we are reminded of the unifying force that binds us as citizens of the theocracy. Thank you,
Everyone
and let
cheer?
the
Yeah.
games begin. And yeah, everyone goes wild. It goes completely ballistic. You see someone throw their toga up in the air.
It's Ferric.
It is absolutely fair. That makes sense.
And then the games begin. You see them begin to announce competitors as they make their way into the arena. These people are all people that wanted to show their skill against nature and such instead of versus their fellow man. So in the gauntlet, they have to face beasts, traps that they would encounter in the field and such. So the first hour goes by. You see several competitors compete. None of them are the Rock of Bristol.
Are there people walking around selling concessions?
Absolutely. There's a guy selling giant mutton legs. There's a guy selling kebabs.
Adalia, as this redheaded teenager, is going to try batting his eyes at Zareem to get a mutton leg since I don't have any money.
Yeah, we got you kebabs.
Yeah,
I
after
have one of those.
Come
after
get your
that
kebabs
first
here.
hour,
Fresh and hot.
Ferric is going to
Fresh and
cast
hot.
Disguise Self again. To like re-up that. And signal to the rest of the group that they've got 2 uses Well, they've got some time. They can spend some higher spell slots to do this, but it is limited. And is going to hustle over and flirt with whoever is giving out concessions to try to get some cheap mutton legs.
I guess roll another persuasion check for me if you're gonna try and flirt and convince him that way.
Yeah. Give me some cheap mutton, baby. 22.
Nice.
Ooh.
That is pretty good. You want one for everyone?
Oh yeah.
They're like, I don't know about that. That's a lot, but I guess I could do it for cheap, maybe. How about a two for one?
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, darling.
That'd be 6 silver.
6 silver? Okay. All right.
Yeah, there's kind of
Here's
a
an
markup
extra-
because of the games.
Here's an extra silver just for yourself.
Wow. No one's really tipping out here, so I mean that's pretty great. I don't normally get tips. Are you from out of town?
Just the edges, just a little farm, outside of town.
Well, I
That
appreciate
explains
it.
my weird accent, we are country bumpkins, with our silly accents.
Well, it's been a really busy day here at the games, and I'm just happy that I can, I'll take this money back to my family.
Oh, you do that, dear. And Ferric will turn around with
4
like 5 mutton legs. And we'll hop back to the party and hand them out.
Adalia is
Absolutely.
fascinated. She's never seen street food before except the slug pies. From
Yeah.
Mornstead. Very excited. Instantly like Adalia is dialed up to 11 right now. Like she's so close to the Rock of her stall. There's so much happening. And do we get she'll like knock on the carriage. Ricky, are you hungry?
Just a hand comes out of the little crack. Just snatches it back in. You think I'm
Alright.
gonna eat it? It's gonna be a weapon at some point.
The bone of the mutton leg is
Yeah,
now.
jab it in
Get
somebody's
shoved
eyeball.
out. Yeah.
Well,
Ambrose will nod and not say one word because he can't do an accent, and he'll just grab a mutton chop leg.
so close. Ambrose, I'm rolling the dice to see if there's any screaming kids, but I'm rolling pretty high, but not high enough.
That's
No
so-
screaming
Not a lot of
babies. There's
babies.
a lot of screaming young children,
Yeah.
People don't really bring their babies to the
but no one brought
Yeah.
except for you guys. No one brought their baby to the Olympics, to the Ortemalian Games. But it was Ricky's first games, and they don't come around that often. So what are you gonna miss this opportunity?
cursed child.
Yeah.
Who knows how long they're gonna last?
Yeah,
Right.
who knows if
Facts.
she'll even make it to the next
Facts.
game. We don't know what the curse entails.
Wow.
Don't touch
Well.
this baby, y'all.
Yeah, don't touch the
It'll hurt.
baby.
Don't
Ouchie,
touch the
baby.
This
That is
baby's
a danger, baby.
sharp.
All right. Well, you watch for another hour or so. It's starting to get midday. It's probably about 5 o'clock. Still no Rock of Bristol.
Okay.
You've
Ferric will
seen a
burn
lot of
another
people pass the gauntlet. So a lot of people are excited. You've seen some people fail. You did see someone get critically injured, and they had to step in to prevent him from being killed. So it's pretty dangerous. A lot of people are succeeding, but it is still dangerous. When that guy got really hurt, There was a strange reaction from the crowd. You'd expect them to be like, ooh, or whatever, but they were kind of just as happy in that moment. It
Little
was kind of
bloodthirsty?
disturbing.
Yeah.
Kind of a disturbing moment of, oh, they're just as happy for this. Which is interesting because you kind of think, that might go against some of their beliefs a little bit, but
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit too entertaining to resist.
We get the idea that this is like a voluntary basis, right?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. That they the party goers had informed you that these people choose to do this
Yeah.
to get a chance to join in the military because they were not born into the military.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. What is happening in the gauntlet? Are they fighting like monsters?
Yeah. They're fighting all kinds of stuff. They've got like a manticores. Those are like, those lion-headed beasts
Mhm.
with like a scorpion tail. They've got wolves, which isn't impressive, manticores, but you have to fight a whole pack of them.
Mhm.
They've got a lot of like predatory animals that it seems like instead of hunting and killing, they capture them and put them in the games to give them an opportunity to fight for their lives. Because even the predators of the beasts should get the same chance to live as everyone else.
Sure.
So they have all kinds of beasts like bears and like dire creatures that have like horns on them, like dire tigers and such.
Okay.
As they bring them out, they would, introduce them. A lot of these creatures are from the northern mountainous region of the theocracy. That is considered to be the most dangerous place. It is somewhat uncivilized as nature competes with civilization. And that is the same region where you'd heard that Pharaoh was kind of terrorizing the locals.
Right.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about that yet. Maybe we should. So, does it seem like this is just going to continue on this way for a long time? Like, there's still no hint that we're any closer to the Rock of Bristol, or that there's like an intermission, or like what's the read on the sitch?
It does seem like it's gonna keep going in this fashion for the rest of the day. You ask the large muscular men who let you kind of take their spot, who are standing behind you, and they say, if you were gonna go take a bathroom break or something, now is a good time because the Rock of Bristol probably isn't gonna be on for another hour, and the games go until 9.
I see.
So, he at least won't be here until the last quarter, it seems. He must be the finale.
That makes a great deal of sense. How do people sign up to participate in the games? Out of curiosity.
Well, participation signups was a while ago, but I suppose someone could just go out in the field and declare they want to participate.
Fascinating. Thank you again.
Like maybe if you were late or something, I don't know.
Sure.
I think it's probably a little early to be enlisting in another nation's army, don't you think, Jeremy?
Oh, not me, Zareem. No, of course not. You know I'm no warrior. I simply was curious as a fellow country bumpkin.
Shall we go see if we can get some pre-game autographs?
Yeah.
Perhaps there is an area that we can go to.
Is there sort
Get
of like
some-
a stage door or something like that to
That sounds
the
like a
deck?
good idea.
Well, your best chance if you want to see one of the competitors up close is to wait by the exits and hope that you waited by the right exit. Because no one's allowed in the pit but competitors.
Of course. That makes a great deal of sense. Well, perhaps we should go scope out exits then and hope to catch the Rock of Bristol at the right one.
We should probably figure out what he looks like first.
So Cody, just to clarify, that poster I have of the Rock of Bristol, that has like a drawing of him on it, right?
Yeah, it has a drawing of him.
Okay.
He's got strong cheekbones, big jutting jaw,
Mm-hmm.
very, very piercing eyes, long flowing hair, feathers
Mm-hmm.
in his hair.
Got it.
He has like a toga like you guys, and he has like an arm bracelets with feathers on him as well.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm just going to look for the bathroom. Wait,
Oh.
Ricky.
What?
I get close to the carriage. I'm looking for an exit plan just in case things go bad.
Oh, things are gonna go bad. We should. That's why I got this leg.
Perhaps we should accompany you.
Just a quick, yep,
Yeah.
quick,
Just a quick break.
just a quick break.
Uh, that if Ferrick's willing to come along, Adelia will try to gather everyone somewhere where people can't see.
Yeah, I turn around. Oh, watch our seats, please. For me. And I
Yeah, we can do that.
thank you.
Your old man voice is killing me.
Just scope out the layout just to make sure that there's a quick path just to get out of here if things go south. And just scanning through if there's anything that I see or should be aware of.
And definitely being on the lookout for dog helms.
Yes, that too.
Constant dog helm looking out
Head on a
for.
fucking swivel.
Except not literally at the moment because, you know, you're not an owl.
Yeah.
Dahlia would try to get everyone somewhere relatively quiet. This is taking too long. Suggestions?
I am burning through spells.
Okay, all right.
We start a chant. We get the crowd wild and get people screaming Rock of Bristol.
Secondary plan. I don't know
is-
why I didn't think of this before.
That
I can
is
get some-
genius.
Somewhere.
You.
If I can get somewhere quiet, I have a likeness of the Rock of Bristol. Perhaps I could use the mirror and figure out where he is, if he's even here right now.
Well, shit, why didn't you just say that earlier?
There's been a lot going on, you know, in general.
It's gotta be a restroom.
I mean, can you see where he is and Ferrick just disguise himself as somebody we already saw compete and just like walk in and be like, "Yo, Rock of Bristol, where you going after this?" And like,
I was wondering about that. Can we find like
find
a
the
is there like a storage room or something that we can try to sneak into? I don't know the layout of this Coliseum.
It is very densely packed right now. I think that
DM,
the
would there
only
be a-
place where you'd find like a completely empty room would be in the like inner area where the athletes and the employees would go.
Do we want me
Employees
to
is the wrong
pretend to
word.
be like a crazy
Volunteers.
child and just run straight in there? And you guys are like, no, Ricky, you can't go in there.
A distraction.
I do believe
Would there be
the chant
Would there
is
be a room to change babies?
This is not a baby-friendly event. You gotta let the baby thing go.
Gotta be someplace.
I mean, there
The
are
restrooms don't have
restrooms.
koala care.
Wait, are you checking the bathrooms for infants right now? That's weird, bro.
No, I'm trying to change a diaper.
Okay. He's just
It's his
so
own.
fixated on
His own diaper.
It's his own diaper. All right. So,
And those mutton chops just go right through you.
let's see. So, perhaps a distraction of some kind. I can be invisible for a short amount of time. Perhaps if Ferric can also, or even just me, if you can create enough of a distraction near one of these entrances, perhaps I can just slip inside and find him that way. I'm mostly worried that we're expending resources and wasting time in a city where we are targets. I think we need another plan.
I mean, just set me loose.
All right. What do you
I don't
think?
like this, but I will follow it.
Do you have another suggestion? This is a brainstorming sort of situation. No bad ideas.
I mean, the chant sounded great. We chant, I play my lyre, we get more people involved.
All right.
Before
Shall we try that
split up
first?
And lose track of one another.
Oh,
I mean,
man,
I
really wanted
suggested
to
that
hit somebody
earlier,
with
and
a
everybody hated it. So,
mutton chop. Okay.
I like
let's
the
do that.
chant.
All right. Let's do that then.
I'll stay in the carriage.
All right. So you guys are going to try and get a massive Rock of Bristol chant going to try and coax him to go now.
Mm-hmm.
and Ferric will use their lyre of suggestion to subtly influence the crowd to chant along with us.
Very nice, very nice. And how many people does that affect again? The lyre of
12 or something
that's
crazy?
12, yes.
12 people.
Wow.
Okay. So yeah, I guess give me a couple of rolls. Start with a performance and a persuasion, and then we'll use that thing to guarantee at least 12. But let's see how big you can get it.
Do you want everybody to roll or just Ferret?
Ferric can use advantage.
Yes,
That's a-
all the advantage.
That's a 10 on performance with advantage.
Bad.
Well, how about a persuasion check?
With advantage still?
Yeah.
That's a crit, baby.
Nice.
Nice.
So I can't think of a word that rhymes with Bristol. Ferric's like, kick him in the butthole, Rock of Bristol.
We want Bristol.
Oh, yeah.
So the chant sucks.
Yeah, the chant sucks.
It's so bad that people pick it up.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
so bad
once-
people think it's funny.
Once 12 people starts doing it, you guys start doing it, the big swole bros behind you start doing it, you guys start getting a pretty good portion of people going.
Kick him in the butthole. Let me see some Bristol.
That guy's better than I am.
He's really into it.
Yeah, it starts to spread. You get like the whole quarter of the arena where you guys are sitting, just going crazy, shouting crazy stuff about the Rock of Bristol. And buttholes, I guess.
Obviously.
As one does.
Let's see though if what happens. Oh yeah. A guy is getting ready to compete, and everyone starts shouting the Rock of Bristol, Rock of Bristol. And he kind of looks dejected, and he looks down, and he looks sad, and then he looks over, and the Rock of Bristol like walks out into the field. Everyone starts going crazy. He pats the guy on the back, and then like picks up his javelin and marches out into the gauntlet. And the arena master looks shocked. They have a very special monster for the Rock of Bristol to fight. He is going to fight a Bulette. And those are those big land shark things that tunnel around.
Oh, that's awesome.
They bring out this special arena for him. They like drag him out of the sides. It's like these metal casings that goes around the arena. And then they drop a cage in the center. And this large shark-like creature steps out. It is scaly. It has 4 feet with large claws. And it immediately digs into the ground. And the Rock of Bristol jumps down into the arena and takes his spot. You see it going around the outskirts, trying to like just tunnel out of the arena, but realizes it can't once it gets to these stone, and then it tries to jump up and climb, but it slides down the metal that they have pulled out. And then it kind of looks back at the Rock of Bristol as he slowly walks towards it, swinging his javelin, and it goes back underground. He stands his ground himself. He waits for his opportunity. Eventually, the creature strikes. He dodges it, just narrowly, and strikes back and misses. It goes back underground.
Kick his butthole!
This goes on for a while.
Man, this is not. Well, one of them hit the other one.
Eventually, it jumps out of the ground, and the Rock of Bristol catches it out of the air and slams it onto its back.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
And
Wasn't
then just
difficult, right?
wrestles it into submission and starts pinning it to the ground, bends its tail up over its head.
Grappling the thing. He's grappling the thing.
Eventually, he ties it up. He pulls out some rope and ties it up and stands on top of it victorious. The crowd goes wild. The arena master shouts, "Only the Rock of Bristol could do something like that."
That's not true. I could.
Yes, Ricky, of course you could. Is the Rock of Bristol wearing anything that's like really unique?
He has a long flowing haircut with feathers in it. He has a toga, but there's no sleeves. It's like, rolled up around his sleeves. and it's like tied up in his crotch, so he can like run and stuff without tripping over it. He does have like a necklace with fangs and teeth on it, and armbands with feathers.
Okay.
You get a look at him as he's going out. You guys have pretty decent seats, not as close as you could be, but not bad. And you do see he looks a lot like his picture. He maybe doesn't have the piercing stare that he did. The artist did some justice for him.
Like there's
But
sort of like an Instagram kind of filter on the picture. Yeah. Okay.
It looks like that guy if he was like carbo loading
Okay.
and maybe had been in a fight not too long ago.
Sure. Okay.
But it looks like basically the same guy, maybe a little bit uglier than you'd hoped.
About how far away are we from the Rock of Bristol?
Oh wow. Probably about a quarter of a football field.
Okay.
Not that far. But you're kind of up.
You're kind of up. Yeah. Okay.
Really good seats.
Now what?
Well, I think we should go try to get an autograph, don't you?
Sure. Come on, Grandpa.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you guys make your way down to one of the exits there and wait around. You try to see into the pit area, and you don't really see anyone coming out.
If I can find a place to do it where it won't be super obvious that I'm casting magic, I would like to try to locate object on that like distinct necklace he was wearing to see if I can figure out like where he is in the stadium, to try to figure out where we would need to be to maybe catch him as he comes out.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
What are the components for that? Is it verbal somatic?
Yeah. Well, and material, but
Oh,
I've
okay, so
gotta
it's the full
focus.
shebang.
it's the full shebang, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty crowded. There's a lot of people hoping to get autographs with you. You could try the bathroom approach.
What if I leaned down to like look into the baby carriage, and I was like I was talking nonsense to the baby inside, but I was really like casting a spell? Would that work?
Yeah, I'd allow it. I'd let you roll stealth. I'd let you roll stealth. And we could just
Okay.
leave it up to that.
Incredible. Well, let's hope for the best. +6 to stealth. Not 20, baby!
Nice.
For 26.
Nice.
Boom.
God damn. Yeah. You get it.
Amazing. Can I tell where he's
No one
at?
seems to notice. They all think you're just taking care of baby Ricky. And you sense that he's still in the pit. He's just sitting down or something. It's just maintaining just.
Okay. Well, thoughts?
I got nothing.
You can do that again tonight, correct?
Yes, I can. And I also have the mirror, but I was trying to get us out of the city as quickly as possible. We want to wait until this evening. I am
Perhaps
fine to do so.
the Rock of Bristol is not from Ortemal. We could perhaps camp outside of the city and wait for him to start moving.
All right.
That will also get us closer to our rendezvous point with these individuals that Master Lorien told us about. I don't
Wait,
know.
are we really meeting up with Ravenel? That was for real?
We have to kill him.
This feels like the sneakiest way to do it, though. Like, you're just like, hey, just coming out and talk to us.
Are you truly concerned about betraying the man who betrayed us?
No, but it feels like such a backhanded way. Like, there's honor in, like, facing somebody. Like, the fake Ravenau was an asshole and lied. Like, why are we gonna be an asshole and lie and do the same
Pickles.
thing he did?
I've been thinking about poisoning him since I met him. I want to kill him.
Eric, I can't see anything. How are the games going?
Morass. They're bad. Everything's bad. Pickles is a baby. Ambrose is an old man. It's bad.
What?
All right, so it sounds like either way we're gonna just go outside of town, get out of Dodge, and then figure it out.
I suppose so.
I'm gonna stay in the carriage. It's actually kind of nice in here.
Of course. All right. I guess we start heading for the cart? Yes?
Yeah, northwest.
Northwest.
All right. Well, we will find out what happens after break. And next week.
And
I
next
suppose
week.
for you listening later.
Yeah.
But for everyone who's listening live, it'll be after break. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for our live. We really appreciate you showing up. And, for everyone who's listening in post, we really appreciate you listening. And anyway, for anyone that's new, we would love to hear from you. Come jump in our Discord. Discord.gg/thehomebrew. Come in, tell us what you think of Baby Ricky and what kind of curse they have. Like,
Baby Ricky with a sharpened mutton bone.
right. We've got all kinds of crazy stuff on Patreon, patreon.com/thehomebrew. $2 gets you access to PDFs, wallpapers. We've got offerings at higher tiers as well that are really great, and go check those out. This live show is a homebrew live show, and our sponsor is FanRoll Dice. Go get yourself some dice, fanrolldice.com. Use promo code homebrew at checkout for 10% off everything on the site. We'll be right back after our break, but for everyone who's listening in post, I just want you to remember that you are loved. You are loved as much as the Ortemalians love the Ortemalian Games. You're important. You are as important as, trying to maintain a low profile and, not getting caught when the Inquisition's after you. You gotta crit all your stealth checks and disguise kits, and the crew's off to a great start. And remember, you matter as much as the Rock of Bristol's ego and how it's the most important thing to him, I guess. It literally made him go change the way the games were supposed to go down just because everyone started shouting his name. But we'll be right back for the second half of our episode. So last time we left off, the crew had just left Master Healer Laurentus's and left Isaac Busan in his capable hands and made their way to the Colosseum. They waited all day for the Rock of Bristol to perform and eventually kind of forced his hand by getting the whole crowd to cheer his name.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
Eventually, he came and did his thing and wrestled a Bulette to the ground, and then proceeded to stay in the arena. And the failures have decided to just go ahead and pack it in, we're gonna go back to the cart. And that's where we left off. We are just at the exit of the games here. And you guys are going back to the cart, correct?
For now.
For now, yes.
As you leave the stadium, you start to realize that the streets are kind of empty. As you go further into the city to the northwest, you see lining the streets ahead of you armed guards.
We need to turn around. Find a new exit.
That would look suspicious, old man.
Innocent
Right.
people don't run from the gods.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot.
I'm gonna put a round in my heavy crossbow underneath the
God.
cart. You guys don't see that.
I do. I'm in the car.
Ricky sees it.
Whoa, where?
Stop it. Stop it.
Watch where you put that thing.
You guys continue on.
Mhm.
As you
Yeah.
get closer, you start to see a gentleman with a dog helmet step out into the front of the men. And he has his arms crossed behind him in the back. Another gentleman runs out next to him. It is a dwarven fellow, and he has a big flag with the Ortemalian symbol, the hand of the master. And they are just standing there waiting for you to patiently come to them.
Can I scan the rooftops to see if there's like no archers or anything while we're walking?
Yeah. As you get closer, you definitely there's people on the rooftops.
Oh. Adalia's just keeping up a running commentary of the Rock of Astral's battle. Just like, and then did you see him do that? And then he did this other thing. Trying to keep it as like cash as possible.
Yeah, Ferric
And-
will like feign some laughter and, like picking mutton out of their teeth.
My back hurts.
All right.
Hmm.
You are going to approach these guards then?
I guess so.
I guess so. I don't think we can feasibly run away at this point.
As you approach, the one with the dog helmet puts a hand out. Halt. You do know why I'm here, correct?
To make sure that everybody from the games is well protected.
He nods. Something like that. Protected from you.
Ferric turns around, like looking around, like from us.
We know who you are.
Think we are.
What?
Yeah, who do you think we
Who
are?
do you think we are?
I can't hear him.
He says, who do we think we... What was it?
He says he knows who we are, grandfather.
Yeah.
Who do we think?
Enough of this charade. It is quite comical.
My last name's not Who Do We.
We know that you are the heroes of Mornstead.
Fog cloud.
Ferric laughs.
Fog cloud.
Oh, I'm sorry, our cursed child. It's part of the curse.
Fuck loud.
Fog cloud.
He pulls out a scroll from his side. Under the order of the master, you are to be imprisoned and interrogated. And then he rolls it back up.
Interrogate this.
Second level fog cloud.
Oh, nice. All right.
Oh my god.
Wild shape passed that a trace on all of us.
I'm dropping like a mid view, like right above me, like to block out all of like a little bit of vision, but also the archers as well. But just mostly covering all of us.
Sure.
This is a sphere, right? So you can center it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, that works. Totally. Everybody go ahead and where do they put it now?
Run for your lives.
Run.
On
A
the knee.
Roll for
40-foot
initiative.
radius sphere. Nice.
Not bad. It's a good running start.
It won't let me click that one, so I shall bring out my own.
Yeah, go ahead and everybody
Oh, yeah.
drag themselves out onto this little map here. Since these
Alrighty,
tokens don't want to work.
let's go.
12. I gotta get up out of the carriage. It makes sense.
You're probably faster in the carriage.
Yeah,
That's
we
true.
could just like shove you.
just push it.
Yeah.
Are we on a hill?
That's an
Like
18 from
to
Natalia.
walk up?
You guys are in a street. It is a very straightforward street. It is paved. There are columned buildings to your left and right.
Just give me a good shove.
Everything's open air, kind of like, you know, the way the healer's sanctum was at the Church of the Master.
That's a 22 from Ferric for initiative.
It's a 26 initiative for Ambrose.
18 for Adalia.
All right. So all that stuff, I'll allow it to have happened before initiative.
Cool.
Ambrose, how would you like to start?
Directly facing the captain of the group, I'm gonna fire 3 shots right into him.
Oh, wow. All right.
What happened to running away?
No us being innocent now.
Oh shit.
Oh, God.
I will bonus action Zephyr Strike. While pushing the cart for with Ricky in it, and turn around and keep booking it. So I'm gonna run away.
Horse of habit.
60 feet.
Which are you like running into one of these buildings, or are you running back down the street, or?
I would move into the busiest area first. So wherever that's like, if I have to turn a road and there's like, you know, crowded people, or if there is like the Coliseum's also very crowded.
Back towards the Coliseum.
Yeah, I would probably run into that direction. I will do that.
All right. Fear? You definitely hear the crossbow go off. It Did you roll to hit?
Would he also hear like the creaking with like?
Oh yeah, I'm still gonna pop shots anyways. I'm gonna shoot at this guy anyways.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Hopefully I kill him. 29 to hit.
I could kill the boss of the Inquisitors with 3 crossbow bolts.
Wait, are we
Yeah,
in fog
bro.
cloud? So is that disadvantage? Or are
We're
they
both
also
in
the
fog cloud, so it's just straight
Okay.
rolls.
Pops
11
fog out,
damage,
crossbow bolt
and
comes
then
flying out of the fog.
17.
17 misses.
Oh God.
Ooh, here we go.
He did look like he
27
was
hit?
wearing like a breastplate.
Yeah. 27 to hit?
27 hits, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So 29, 27 hit.
So 8 piercing damage. Next one's going to be at advantage for Boomstalker. 23 to hit. Which definitely does. Deeply.
Yeah, a 20 would hit. I think it would still just be a 20 because even though you have advantage, it's disadvantage from the thing and then advantage, so it's like
Oh, yes. You're
everything
correct.
crosses each other out. So I think it would just be on the
20
dice, but 20 would still hit.
14. 21 damage.
All right.
And then since I put a artillery round in my crossbow for my I already used my bonus action, never mind. And I yeet out of there.
Here.
I have to rethink my build because all my spells require sight. And Ambrose will not let me cast any of them.
No. It's just
So
run
yeah.
forever.
What I'm going to do instead is I am going to cast Greater Invisibility on myself and start following Ambrose.
Nice.
All right.
That's my.
Adalia's like, I'm right behind you.
Yeah.
All right, Adalia.
I was gonna say that's my boy, but that's wrong. So that's my being.
That's my kiln.
That's my kiln.
What would you like to do, Adalia?
Adalia is going to cast invisibility, just regular invisibility,
Oh.
because she's not quite as cool as Merrick. When she originally took that crystalline shape, though, she made her speed 45. So she is going to follow them with a speed of 45, but she is invisible.
Oh, we're side by side. My speed is
Yeah.
also 45.
Nice.
Perfect.
Must
Nice.
drive 45.
And that is it.
They're,
For
they're
Adalia.
skipping, holding hands out of the fog.
Yeah, invisible, just skipping through Ortemal while we're chased by Inquisitors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Nicholas.
I'm just staying in the carriage, getting pushed by Ambrose. I'm gonna hold an attack with this mutton bone. If anybody sticks their hand or head into this carriage.
All right. Everyone give me an athletics check.
We're so good at that.
Oh yeah, I'm
Athletics
great
are
at
like
that.
really where it's at for this party.
That's a net 20 for a
7.
31.
There you go.
But I'm also
You
in
are
the carriage, so I
athletically
don't have a
riding the
cat.
carriage.
That is a nat 1 for Adalia for a -1.
Oh, man.
I'm surfing the carriage.
Oh god.
Her feet are stuck out underneath, and she's actually pulling the carriage, and Ambrose is just holding on.
Like a Fred Flintstone kind of thing.
Yeah, I've just stuck them through the bottom, and I'm just.
You hear the commander yell, "Seize them!" And then you hear footsteps as you guys emerge from the fog. The archers will take some shots at you guys.
Farrick and I are invisible. I don't know if that helps.
I'm in a carriage.
I mean, it does, I suppose. It just means they're shooting at Ambrose.
That's fine.
They all miss. And then the whole contingent of 12 guards just runs through the fog cloud down the street towards you, and they
Of course.
seem to be keeping pace, if not gaining. Back to you, Ambrose. They are on your tail. They are shooting at you. The arrows are landing just, behind your feet. You see all the guards running towards you.
Zephyr Strike again. I'm going to double my speed. I'm going to dash, and I'm going to use my movement to get out of there. So I believe that's 120 feet of running.
All right.
I'm not going to attack at all. But I'm going to try to... I'm trying to think of what I should do. I'm just going to run into the Coliseum. Keep booking into it.
Okay.
In my turn.
Yeah, as you would run through the entrance there, everyone would start yelling and jumping out of your way. You'll get into the Coliseum further next turn.
Yep.
Ferric, what would you like to do? You see Ambrose go into the Coliseum.
Ferric is slower than Ambrose, but is still going to use the dash action to run in that same direction. Not quite entering the Coliseum, I imagine, and is going to yell over to Ambrose, "What are you doing?"
I'm trying to run.
Old man running 120 feet in 6 seconds.
What's a
This
baby
is an
carriage?
old man with a baby carriage.
What a better way.
In Ferric's mind, Ferric's like getting to the horses.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Makes sense.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's better.
And
God.
so
Oh shit.
Ferric is
Gonna dip.
gonna keep running towards the horses.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you relay the horses?
Hmm?
Do you relay like you're going to the horses?
Yeah.
Okay.
I make a neigh noise.
Cody, the horses horses were where we were going, right? So they're back towards the guards.
Yeah. Yes, they were in that direction, northwest.
So you have to dip like out and around to go.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
think
you don't-
Ferric,
Yeah,
You don't
Like-
necessarily have to go down the exact same street.
Okay.
Yeah.
like makes a really sharp right and makes a whistle noise so that everybody else can, well, Adalia can know like where they went.
Yep. Sure.
And is going to try to like rendezvous with Ambrose on the other side of the Coliseum.
All right. Idalia.
Adalia is going to follow Varric. Action dash, so 90 feet in that same general direction. Kind of trying to like zigzag so we're not in like a straight line, you know, in case
Mm-hmm.
they just run into the back of me. I'm gonna like kind of take it wide a little bit.
Well, good. They could break us out of prison when they get away, and we get caught because we went into the Coliseum.
We're gonna turn around. I have a
Pickles.
plan.
She's same thing. She's just sit in this carriage, pop the top open, and then she's just like sitting there, like,
Ambrose is sweating.
what?
His bald cap's like flapping.
just go, again, hold an attack if anybody gets too close.
All right. The guards. Let's see. They rolled pretty poorly. They seem to have lost sight of you, the ones that were chasing you. But the ones inside the arena here are going to try and stop you, Ambrose. They are going
Oh
to
God.
step out in front of you and try and grab at you. Roll a opposed athletics check. So you could roll athletics or acrobatics.
Ooh, okay, I'll do acrobatics instead. 14.
One of them grabs a hold of you.
Okay.
What do you think you're doing in here? This is for competitors only.
My bad.
And it's your turn.
With my held attack, can I throw the mutton chop at the guy?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll allow it.
Yes.
I just like aim right for his forehead. I don't
Big
know what to
greasy
roll for
mutton
this.
chop slap.
That's a 19 plus
Nice.
like 8 because I have Tavern Brawler for improvised weapons,
Oh
so
my
that's a
goodness.
27 to hit.
Nice.
Yeah, you get him.
Probably just a D4 plus my for 8 damage.
Ricky.
Ricky. That's our first baby.
Yeah, he will he'll definitely like be completely shocked by that and let go of you, Ambrose.
Cool. Thank you, Ricky. I'm going to like Tokyo drift that cart as hard as I can. I'm going to push. I'm going to like run out of the Coliseum, keep moving, and find a corner that is empty. Do I see any, if possible?
So you're running back out the way you came in?
I'm running back out, dipping to like the left corner, and just keep moving to see if there's any corner.
You
In a
do see that
circular
this-
coliseum.
In the circular coliseum.
Like it just needs to be like a spot where like there's divots in buildings. Like it's not
Yeah.
just like an actual 90
Yeah.
right angle corner.
As you look out into the street where you came from, you do see the guards running from the road you'd run down away from the Inquisitor.
Okay.
You would see. Yeah, I mean there are plenty of roads heading off in. You could dip down one of those streets and find it. They're all pretty empty right now.
I haven't done this before. I've been testing on it. I'm gonna hit a corner where like no one else is at. I pull out my heavy crossbow, pop out around, shove in a new one that has this like dark fluid, and shoot up in the air. My heavy crossbow has a chain attached to it, and it pulls me, and I grab Pickles. I'm casting Rope Trick and going inside of it. And I'm going to disappear into a different
Nice.
Holy
with the
shit.
chain.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
And it says 60 feet up, so I'm gonna shoot it 60 feet up and like pull my and like go inside it as high as I can with my movement. So
We're
it's
gonna
like
be stuck here. It's surrounded by so many guards.
Oh God.
Yeah, you are kind of
Great.
stuck in that spot, but you are safe.
all right. We have an hour. I just need to catch my breath. I'm so tired.
I don't know. I feel fine.
I know you are. 30 minutes. We'll move out again. I'm just. How much time do I have until it gets dark? You said it's already almost 9 p.m., right?
I think we left around 5,
They
6.
won't know that they're there because he can pull the rope in behind him since he.
Yeah, I
was
pulled
Yeah.
it in. I'm in a complete different plane.
Yeah, I think you left around 6:30 to wait after waiting for the Rock of Crystal for a while.
So they just see this
Um,
rope go
but
up,
you
us go
convinced him
up,
to
and
go
everything just
early.
disappears. That's cool.
Yeah. So we're gonna wait till 8 o'clock until it gets dark, and then we're gonna pop out.
We're gonna play those playing cards that he found on those dead people.
On those
Yeah.
dead guys.
Pickles, you can't breathe, right?
I don't have to breathe.
Good. Good.
What does that mean? Oh, you're gonna put her in the bag of holding, aren't
I'm
you?
gonna put you in the bag of holding. I'm gonna be completely invisible.
But
Good night.
Spunkles doesn't want to go back at the back. And Pokey's in
Spunkles
there.
can stay. Spunkles can fly. I don't care right now.
All right,
Right now,
I'll-
priority is me and you.
I'll hang out with Pokey in the bag of holding.
Oh,
Surely this
God.
won't go poorly. at all, considering the last thing I put in there came out sentient with an eyeball and wants blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Guess I'm going to the bag of holding.
Honestly, I'm surprised this even worked out. I never even tested it before, but I end my turn.
All right.
That's a good turn, my
Ferric.
guy.
Yeah, Ferric's going to be listening very closely to make sure that Dahlia's footsteps are behind them. But is going to keep running regardless. Still invisible.
All right.
Same.
Which way are you running? Are you running towards the horses?
Yeah, we're like running around the Colosseum so that like we are hopefully rendezvousing with Ambrose and Pickles. Even
We
though
don't know that they're in a demi-plane right now, so.
Yeah. And so my hope is that Ambrose and Pickles are cutting through the Colosseum. We're going to wrap around the Colosseum, meet up with them, and then continue heading northwest.
All right.
But we're still invisible, so.
Right. So you would wrap around the Colosseum, and I assume you're following Adalia.
Yes.
Right. So you would wrap around the Colosseum, and you would see Ambrose did not come out the other side. I suppose you would continue going, or what would you do?
What
when
are
you
we
saw
being
that he
chased by
never
guards?
emerged?
Like, did
And
guards?
you're
come-
invisible, but
Yeah.
you definitely see that there are guards filling out this area you're in. As you run around it, you definitely would see guards converging on your location, but presumably they can't see you.
We have been running kind of a pace of each other.
Yes,
Would I be
you
able
have.
to? We have the same speed, and I think we've been dashing the exact same amount. Do we know where each other are?
Yeah, you guys are
Okay.
keeping track of each other.
Okay. Adalia's gonna get very close to Merrick. Know if they're coming. My magic doesn't last that long. What should we do?
Lie.
Lie.
Can we fly out of here?
Yes, we can, but they'll see us.
You fly. Let me handle the rest.
Okay. Well, whenever Ferric is ready, Adalia will cast Fly at 4th level so that they can both fly? That'll ruin her invisibility, though. She's waiting for the signal.
Ferric will also drop invisibility and cast Hypnotic Pattern on the guards that are chasing us.
All right.
Nice.
Nice.
So anybody within the field, 30-foot cube, must make a wisdom saving throw or be incapacitated. So I'm effectively trying to stop them behind us so that we can fly and regain ourselves. And my spell save is 16.
All right. Well, the guards are seemingly hypnotized. The ones in your 30-foot cube there.
Okay. As
They
soon
kind
as
of just go dumb. They drop their weapons or whatever and stand there.
As soon as Ferric reappears, Adalia grabs their hand and casts Fly on both of them.
All
Where
right.
to?
We're going to the horses.
All right.
We stuck around for Ambrose. Ambrose and Pickles are smart.
They'll find us.
They'll
God
find
damn
Or we'll
us.
find them.
Together we're smart.
Got
yeah.
any twos? Go fish.
Adalia's preference would be to fly high enough that we're out of range of the archers, and then get out of here.
Line.
I do think some archers will try and shoot you on your way out,
Sure.
but as you get high enough, yeah, you will be out of range.
So we have 60 feet of fly speed for 10 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
So I will take some shots real quick.
Yeah, if they've got long bows, I think it'd take you a minute to get out of disadvantage range.
Mhm.
That's one. What's your guys' AC?
19.
17.
I mean, they're shooting at you, but they eventually lose sight of you. You would make it back to the edge of town. How long did you say you could fly for?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? I would say that's long enough fly time.
Okay.
I can't believe that worked.
Once we're back down on the ground and hopefully, preferably like in a forest or something where there's no one immediately around, Adalia's just gonna kind of like check over Ferric. Are you all right?
Ferric pats themselves down and checks for arrows. I think I'm fine.
I don't understand how that happened. How did they know that was us?
Some trick.
How are we to get back to Pickles and Ambrose?
We only told one person about the relay flag, and I trust him. Everybody else knows about the relay flag. We
Right.
can station north of Ortemal, fly the flag, lay low, turn into other people. Hopefully it'll stick longer this time.
If we're to
All
be
right.
separated, I'm glad we're together there.
Osrokaya, I am so glad you are okay.
All right.
Thanks, Ferric. I'm glad you're okay too.
Shut the fuck up, Maras.
Okay.
Oh gosh. All right, that's the plan.
Pickles.
Yep.
You are in a bag. Or in a rope magic dimension. I don't know if you're in the bag yet.
Ambrose, when do I gotta go in the bag?
59 minutes.
Oh. What do you want to do?
I think I have a deck of playing cards we can chill on there.
Yeah. Can I play Dragon Tits?
I love me some Dragon Tits.
Okay.
So let's
Good old game of Dragon Tits.
good old Dragon Tits. How you been
guess-
holding up?
Today's been wild. You know how I said the gods are playing a trick on us, and this is actually my own personal hell. The fact that Ravenaugh is in this town and is already set to meet with us like 3 days after fake Ravenaugh murdered everybody. It's definitely I'm just dead, and this is just like a bad nightmare.
It just never ends, does it? The gods are absolutely toying with us.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
it
any
feels
other
fitting to
option
just
we
play
have.
cards while I'm in a nothing to go into another nothing.
At least playing with me.
That's true. I know since we got split up, I'm glad I'm with you, Ambrose.
I got you back. Anyways, so remember that vial I had with Zeus's blood and ickiness?
Yep.
Well, turns out it can penetrate small demi-planes. So that's why I made this thing. Anyways, just playing with things.
That sounds super dangerous, and I'm not 100% happy that's what we just did, but it worked. So I'm trying to turn over a new leaf, be
took a
less
lot of his
angry
blood,
about
too.
things. So I'm proud of you. Very impressed.
Thanks.
Good
Thanks.
job.
You never know. You never know what else is gonna come. So I'm just trying to.
And with a
develop
bag
more
of holding
things.
inside it, it's like a Russian nesting doll of
Gemini plates?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
So-
is totally not dangerous at all.
I'm gonna actually look through the. I can actually see through my area to see if there's any guards
Right.
or anything. Is anyone around there? Is it getting dark? Is it?
By 8 o'clock, it's kind of like sunset. It's kind of that reddish hue,
Mhm.
It's not dark yet, but it's getting there.
Let's wait
You
until
do
some
see-
unsuspecting individuals below us and then just pop out and scare.
I mean, I can make another one.
No.
We'll just wait it out.
You do see guards walk by every now and again.
And how much time do I have until it gets dark? And how long do I have with my portal?
The rope trick lasts
An hour.
an hour. So you're running out of time.
Hmm.
And you'd say it'd probably take you another hour till dark.
Guess we're gonna do this again for another hour. Sorry, Pickles.
It's okay. I've already won like 8 games. Like,
You
just keep
cheated in
playing.
half of them. Are you kidding me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Look through the portal, pop another round, fire another portal, literally above it, 60 feet up, and then I climb back up into it. Make sure there's no one around, and then chill for another hour until it gets completely dark.
There's some small child somewhere that just sees 2 people appear out of the
Yeah,
sky,
yeah,
crawl
the
up
sky
a rope.
crawl up the
Yeah.
rope, disappear again.
Mommy, Daddy, look! They turn around and you're gone.
What I tell you about making shit up?
No, it was there, honest.
No, why are there so many angry parents in this dream?
Ortemal, capital of bad parenting.
Bad parenting. Happy Father's Day, everyone.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
Tell you, scumbag dad. We love you.
So no one seems to see you guys do your bag exchange, except for that small kid that no one believes. And you waited out another hour?
Yeah, waited out for another hour. I showed the bag of holding to Pickles. I'm sorry.
No, you're
Worst case
not.
scenario,
You're
I cut
never
it
sorry.
open. That's true. I'm
I mean, just get me out of it.
gonna get you out of this. Don't worry.
This is gonna go so bad. She'll go in the bag of holding.
Oh god.
Yeah, I put Pickles in the back of holding. I put on my actual stealth suit robe, and then cover myself, and then leap out of the portal onto the house, and then kind of walk on top of that, on houses to walk my way down
All right.
towards where the horses are.
Roll a perception check.
Perception? Okay.
Yeah, I would say so.
Oh,
Or
nat one. Or what?
all right.
Or
I mean, you already rolled the nat one.
It's over. It's all over, man.
Oh, beans.
You are walking down the buildings,
Try
and
my
you
best,
walk
Evan.
past a group of those archers that were shooting at you before. They still
Am I
seem to
allowed
be
to
posted
stealth?
up all over these buildings. Yeah, you have your stealth suit.
May I allow,
Um,
may I stealth though if I'm walking through the city?
Yeah, absolutely.
19.
All right. You are stealthing along. You are well hidden. The archers do not notice you at all. But then you hear this voice say, "Oh my God, there he is. He's right over there." And you look over and you see this gnome, and he has this crazy device on his head. And he's just pointing right at you. "Oh my God, he's right there. Get him, guys." And they all are going to start shooting at you in your location.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
I shoot him right in the face.
Oh,
Oh my
I shoot the contraption.
Nice. Roll to hit.
why do we keep shooting everyone in the face?
Because that's what Amber
Nat 20.
does.
Nat
Oh my
20.
Ah!
What's your AC, Ambrose?
17.
Holy shit.
Oh my.
You could just leave the bag.
Loading.
They can just get you.
I can't believe you crit on shooting the gnome in the face.
He's assisting the Ortemal. He's got to go.
Okay.
Ambrose, we really need to talk about this.
One of them does nail you,
Okay.
even with disadvantage.
Oh, I'm gonna roll for damage too. So it's only 16 damage.
All right. One of them gets you for 8 damage.
Okay.
And the gnome does die. You shoot him right in the head.
Holy shit!
Like scouts or
guards.
whatever?
He's right there.
Oh no.
I guess I
Oh.
should roll up a new character.
Oh god.
All of the guards start to scramble and run towards your location.
Dipping and weaving all throughout just to get out of there.
You're so
All right, you're gonna keep running.
They're gonna
Um,
arrest you and you're going to deserve it because you just shot their gnome guy in the face.
He's a part of the guard. Are you kidding me? It's
Now
literally
you
trying to capture
killed
us.
someone.
You just killed someone in Ortemal. We
Sayonara.
are talking our way out of that one.
Sayonara.
Where's all those fog clouds again?
I'm trying to save my resources.
Fog of blood.
Now you try to save your resources.
Yeah.
Keep
yeah,
dashing.
roll
I
another
guess.
athletics check, or athletics, because you're just running.
Amber's like,
Okay.
snitches get stitches.
Did that not roll? 14. I'll guess I'll cast another fog cloud to the air, block vision of you while I'm escaping.
All right. As
And
you
then
are
I should
are
be
you
in
running down
darkness
the
by
building
now.
still, or did you jump down in the street?
I'm running in between buildings, but I should be at my pitch darkness too.
Mm-hmm. All right. So as you are running, you seem to be making ground. Let me roll one more check.
Good.
And yeah, you seem to be doing really well.
Okay.
you are leaping across one of the buildings, and you don't know how do you put this? You are leaping across these buildings here, and you don't really seem to know which way you are going. You are losing track of your bearings in the city. Do you have any way to, you have like any way to orient yourself? Roll a survival check.
Yeah, I'll roll. Give me a second. I'll roll a survival check. 12.
You are confused because you thought you were running away, but you seem to be back at the arena.
Oh no.
And you're like down in alleyways, right? So I guess you can get turned
Twisty.
around.
Yeah, that's true.
easily. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to stop. After sprinting, use my final spell slot. I'm going to cast Disguise Self. And then I'm going to just act completely normal, act like a beggar with a bag over my back, and then try to like just walk on the main streets where like actual people are roaming through. And just act completely normal.
As you go into the main streets there, you do see that there are some people out now. It's been several hours since your outburst in the city, but there are tons of guards still. And they are evil-eyeing every single citizen, but they aren't, doing anything aggressive. I think you could go for quite a while. Eventually, you would see another one of those gnomes with his weird head device walking around the city street.
I would keep an eye out for those people. I'm going to stealth again and just keep out of field of vision of those characters.
All right, go ahead and roll stealth.
24.
Very nice.
I mean, it would make sense. They're not looking for a beggar, right? They're looking for someone
Right.
acting more suspicious.
Right, but
Yeah,
I gather the
right.
head device is
Like true
True
sight or
Sight.
something like that.
I
But if
don't know what it does. I mean, that's a good guess.
I'm in a bag.
Yeah.
Ambrose, you are sneaking along. You have evaded several guard patrols. Eventually, you would see a figure he would step out in front of you. This is a very large and imposing figure. For a second there, he kind of reminds you of your dad, looking up to him when you were a kid.
Okay.
And Nathan, would you like to introduce your character?
Sure. Ambrose, you see a Goliath towering a little over 8 feet tall. He has, I guess he would be wearing a toga right now to try to kind of blend in with everyone else in the city. But I mean, it's nighttime, so there's a little bit of a chill. So while the toga is like over one shoulder, he's also got kind of like a cardigan on over that against the chill. He's got travel bags and stuff piled on his back, along with a spear and some javelins that are sticking out of his travel bag. And he looks down at you, and I imagine you almost like bump into him. He says, "We have a mutual friend. Come with me, I will get you out of here."
If you want to live.
A cold glass of water?
He blinks. What?
Oh, never mind. Let's go.
And
Um,
this Goliath will like pull you into the alleyway. Having been in Ortemal, he knows the back roads a little bit more than you do.
Absolutely. He will lead you down through these long hallways. They're angled down. And eventually, he leads you to this large underground cistern. There are these massive pillars that go from the ground up to the city streets, presumably. And there is just a massive reservoir of water down here.
There's-
You would see lights, they look like. They're mechanical in nature. They are lining the pillars and kind of illuminating your path, but they are just basically the sewers, but it's the nicest sewer you've ever been in. It makes the sewers of Northwatch look like a joke.
All right, it's not so bad. What's your name?
There is another figure down here. Once you get into the cistern here, waiting by the doorway is another man. Tyrell, would you like to describe your character?
Yeah. A tall, not nearly as tall as the gentleman you are now with, but a tall gentleman in heavy, what would have once probably been beautiful black armor, but is dinged and scraped and damaged in spots, stands waiting for you two. A massive shield in one hand and a spear in the other. His face is covered by a black helmet with the visage of a demon on the faceplate, and he bows lightly as the two approach. "Lord, the city is overrun with the guards. They have smacked the proverbial hornet's nest."
Indeed, they have. We must leave the city at once.
Hold on. Who are you guys?
Oh, of course. I apologize. You wouldn't know. My
What?
name.
Hold on. I pull pickles out of the bag.
What
Rabbit
the-
out of the hat.
Ambrose, do you know how? You don't want to know what it's like in there. Pokey was saying
Fine.
so much. Where are we?
Hello, little one.
She just looks up at this old quiet. Ambrose, is that my grandfather? Am I related to them?
I
doesn't know-
should mention, I forgot to say this when I was describing him, but he's definitely older. He's like in his middle years. His skin is he's got laugh lines and like forehead creases.
Or my dad? Like, is that my dad?
I've never
Uh,
seen you before in my life.
Oh, thank God. Or whatever freaking deity is
You're welcome.
screwing with me. What? No.
My name is Atreides. It's
Oh,
lovely to meet you both.
really, Ambrose? This guy? Who the hell is
Okay.
that?
The
All
other,
right.
She points to.
the other figure reaches
First
up,
character.
grabs his helmet, and he pulls his helmet off, and you see the long blonde hair, piercing blue eyes, and beautiful face of Ravenau. As you
Oh,
have
fuck.
known him standing in front of you. The only difference is that a large, deep scar runs up this man's cheek. And he just says, I am Ravenau. A pleasure to meet you.
She just turns back to Ambrose. My own personal help, Ambrose.
I'm sorry, Pickles. And I like reload my cross.
Oh, wait,
Please,
wait.
please, there is no need for violence.
I don't know about that. What? I was in a bag. Where are we?
We are
Wait a minute.
underneath Ortemal.
Okay, can you get us out of here?
That is the plan, yes. Come with us.
I mean, how was I supposed to know the plan? I was in the bag.
Could you not hear from under his cloak?
You don't know what? Yeah, under the cloak. That's where I was. Yes, we should. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Ambrose, you keep an eye on. I don't want to walk near him. Just gestures towards Ravenau.
All right. Art,
Don't shoot him.
what was the other Ravenau's name?
Ravenau the fake. I don't.
No, the other one.
There's not what. You've met another Ravenau?
We met your brother. He's an asshole. He's going by
Awesome.
Ravenau. Yeah, but we're not saying his name right
yes.
now.
I apologize.
You
for
should.
Whatever wrongs he may have inflicted upon you.
Oh, he did a whole lot. Just be prepared when everybody sees you. They're probably going to want to stab you. So, like, sleep with your eyes open if you're going to stay around us.
Hold on.
Me included.
What allegiance do you have? Who are you with?
Me?
Obviously, he's with the old guy.
Oh, both. I don't know what allegiance they are.
Oh,
I serve
We make our
traitors.
own allegiance.
Okay, that's not bad. You, Death Knight, what's your allegiance?
I serve Atreides. My goals are his.
Okay. Do you serve the Master?
He starts to look like as soon as you say that, his eyes get really sad for a second, and he says, "No, not anymore."
Good. Traileys, do you serve the Master?
No, certainly not.
he's
That
his
puny
own
little
god,
god.
remember?
Ambrose just drops on one knee, just like catching his breath, just like absolutely exhausted.
I don't know why you're so tired. This has been a really easy journey.
All right.
I appreciate your fealty, but we can discuss this at greater length later on.
Yeah,
Lead the way,
let's
Pops.
get out of here.
Yeah, and Atreides would turn and begin guiding them through the catacombs.
Pickles is
Alright.
gonna walk as far away as Ravenau as humanly possible without losing this little like path of everything.
Yeah. You would travel for quite a while. I mean, it's the length of the entire city and then some. But it's all very well constructed out of these giant marble pillars. There's statues of the master even down here. And it looks like they've hired some of those gnomes to build some more modern lighting so they can get a better view. It will probably take you guys a few more hours of traveling to get out of here and back to the rendezvous point with the horses and Furyk and Adalia. So,
About how
We
much
will-
time has passed?
yeah, we will go back to Furyk and Adalia. It hasn't been... For you guys, it's probably been an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's 9 o'clock. Timeline-wise, they would have just crawled out of the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the rope trick.
Out of the
Out of the rope
alternative dimension rope
Yeah.
trick world.
I think Ferric is striking camp, not lighting a fire, but casting heat metal on a pan to cook some food, and trying to help us regain our strength a little bit.
How long do you think we should wait before we should worry?
I will say we should probably leave in the morning.
Right.
We'll
They're
leave
capable,
evidence. Of course.
They'll
Ambrose, I
be fine.
trust. Ferric drops, has dropped the disguise self and is back in Ferric form. Ambrose knows my footsteps. He will be able to follow, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but Pickles will probably help him keep a level head.
Pickles is better at that than I think we give her credit for.
We make a pretty good team.
Yes. So, what about this black flag business?
And Ferric reaches into their pack and pulls out their old robe that they were wearing, and scuttles up a tree, breaks off a branch, uses the sword to kind of break off some extra branches, and fashions a flag out of their robe. And I imagine that because of the games, there's lots of encampments and stuff around the city, so it wouldn't be like strange to just have some sort of flag. Like lots of people are in from out of town.
It's like a Coachella thing.
Yeah.
Like a thing for the camp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Makes sense.
Coachella, but the only people who are playing are deaf. Yeah, and just like fashions this flag out of their robe. It's gonna be something that I imagine Ambrose and Pickles would identify pretty easily as Ferric's robe. And yeah.
All right. So, waiting till morning. I don't think it'll take that long. I do think that Pickles and extended crew now, Ambrose and everybody, will be leaving the cistern underground area and entering the open area of Ortemal. It won't take too long to get back to where you think the horses are, just maybe another half hour or so. I'd say it's probably about close to 11 o'clock by the time you guys get to camp. It is pretty late.
Before
Cheers
they
and
make it
Adalia,
back to
you see
camp,
them.
though,
Yeah.
could I try to scry on the Rock of Bristol? Like, while we're killing time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So, using the mirror that we got from Vilvanus, I can cast scry twice a day. So, here's how this works. I can see and hear a particular creature I choose on the same plane of existence as me. The target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well I know the target. So, would you say that I have firsthand knowledge of the target now that I've seen him at the games?
What are the levels? Is it like...
Secondhand is I've heard of the target. Firsthand is I've met the target. And familiar is I know the target well.
I'd say, yeah, you get firsthand from seeing him. I mean, you don't know him well, but yeah.
And then... So that's a 0. So that's just a flat part of it. And then because I have his likeness in the poster, I also he gets a minus to his wisdom save.
All right. And what's your DC?
My DC is 17. So which might, a 19 essentially, because he gets a minus to his save.
He fails his save.
Nice.
So did you want to hear or see or?
Says I can
was
do
it
both. That's
Okay.
clairvoyance is the one you have to pick. With scrying, you get both. And the way that I flavored this is that we're like seeing it in the mirror, like it's a magic mirror, and we see and hear it like a TV screen.
So it's probably about 10 o'clock at night. You would see the Rock of Bristol sitting in some sort of a hot tub. He is surrounded by a bunch of other big, strong men,
Sure.
and they're like drinking and laughing, and they're talking about the competition. He's being kind of quiet. He's not really saying much. And he's not drinking, but everyone else is.
Ferret kind of pushes open the flap of the tent and glances down at the mirror and is like, "Oh, should I give you a moment?"
Oh, no, darling. Come here. Come here. It's the Rock of Bristol.
Ferric sits crisscross applesauce behind Adalia and lets her
come here.
lean up on their chest.
Yeah. Apparently he's not traveling, which is what I was hoping for. How are we to get to him in the city now?
I am more concerned for Ambrose and Pickles. Should we?
I am trying not to worry about Ambrose and Pickles because Ambrose and Pickles are fine. We've already established that they're fine.
You should check, though. You don't have to look, but I want to.
Okay. I'm assuming I don't really get anything interesting from the scry, like where they are or
You can assume that they're probably still in Ortemal somewhere. It looks like a very nice building that they're in. The talk seems to be mostly ironically centered on you guys.
Ooh, are we famous?
All the other big, strong, muscular athlete dudes are like talking about how crazy it was that you guys crashed the games. That's their take on it. That, yeah, man, it just sucks because, we were all getting you're lucky, Rock. You went on at 6. You were smart. The crowd wanted you. You went out there. You did your thing. We all got it. The guards came and ruined it. All because of the heroes of Mornstead were supposedly sighted in town, but no one saw them.
Adalia leans over to Ferric. Look, darling, we're famous.
Hey, I've been famous once before. I don't know if I liked it all that much.
And yeah, every time they talk about it, and like particularly like when they mention you guys, the Rock of Bristol looks kind of pissed.
Oh, great. So now the Rock of Bristol hates us. That's awesome.
Great.
Super glad about that the special light that Spunk gave me told me to do one thing. And now he's angry at me. That's great. Okay. Adalia has been trying not to scry on Ambrose and Pickles because she's trying to have faith in them and also is a little afraid that
Are you gonna
they're-
scry on Pickles while she's in the bag of holding so you don't get anything?
No. She isn't totally sure about the nature of Pickles right now with the crystal and whatever.
That's fair.
So,
Nobody.
That's
is.
Pickles' autobiography. Nature of Pickles.
the nature of Pickles. So yeah. All right. Are you sure you want to look?
I do not shy away from death. Though Ferret catches themselves. They're not dead, of course.
Not
They're
that they're
alive.
dead. They're not dead, of course. We would
They're
know if they were
alive.
dead, and they're not.
Jesus Christ, I see the face of death.
Okay. So, I'm gonna go ahead and scry on Ambrose.
Ambrose, roll a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pass this. Just you wait.
You really might.
8.
Oh. Okay, so this is about an hour before they show up at camp, right? About 10,
Right.
15-ish.
So you would see them walking through this big, long underground tunnel. They are walking side by side, and then behind them, or in front of them, since they're leading the way, would be this big Goliath dude and Ravenel.
It's worse than death. And all the feathers on Ferrex's back and neck frill up and float up, and
There are like sparks of fire in all of Adalia's tattoos, and her hands start kind of glowing like molten rock. We will get them back. He cannot have them.
do you still have the compass?
Pickles had the compass.
Damn.
So can we tell where they are in the city? Or we get to
Yeah.
listen. Are they talking? Are they saying anything?
Ambrose, this place is just like really nice for a sewer. I don't understand how it looks like
This
this.
is honestly, this is actually incredible. I mean,
Ortemalian architecture, one of the 7 wonders of Teldar.
you know, if Morstead really took this type of work and put it into their infrastructure, it would be insane if we
Why
just...
is this underground? Why isn't this above ground?
Well, it's still a sewer. It's a cistern. We've got to keep our clean water over here. I decided to move my trail through the clean water instead of the sewage water. Still nice, but it smells terrible.
Where are they?
What is happening?
This guy-
Why are they talking about infrastructure?
I gotta say, thank you so much for the help earlier too. That was, you guys really saved my butt there.
You sure you're not
Oh,
related to me?
yeah.
I feel like you're related to me.
I promise you, little one, I've never seen you before in my life.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're not related to me.
Well, are you divine?
Oh, totally.
Well, then it's possible.
Wait,
Okay.
are you divine?
I mean,
I am
what
a god. We've established this.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Pops is a god.
What do you mean by that, by the way? You
They
are
have
are
been
you
bewitched.
like an actual god or?
Philosophically speaking, if you
Oh,
if you believe yourself to be a god, who's to say you're not?
Is that how it works?
Lord
I have yet to be
Atreides
proven otherwise.
is on the path to divinity.
I will ascend and take my place in the stars, and then I will be able to make the world a better place as I see fit. Not in like an evil megalomaniacal. Like, don't worry about what I mean by
okay.
that.
I didn't know
I
what
mean,
to do right there.
You
I mean-
making that clarification somehow makes it worse because that's not what I was thinking of. But now I really am.
Well, consider the poverty that many cities experience. If the farms around said cities were able to grow more abundant food, 150, 200% their yield, there would be less poverty, there would be less famine. Those are the kinds of changes I intend to enact.
Oh,
That's not
Ambrose, you're gonna
realistic.
get along great with
You-
this guy.
Oh, sure, yeah. Ravenov, we keep walking down this area, right? We're all set.
Yes.
Better. He has bewitched them.
Atreides is my
No.
mentor. He showed me the truth when I was in a dark place. I wish all could see the light that he wants to create in the world.
Kind words, Ravenel, thank you. While I do intend to ascend to true divinity, I must also admit I'm indebted to Ravenel for helping me escape when the powers that be in Ortemal, those who would proclaim the Master, the one true God, Ravenel helped me outmaneuver them a time or two. So our destinies are intertwined, I do I do believe that.
I know exactly how you feel. I got 2 others with us.
This is making it really hard to want to stab Ravenel, but I still kind of want to stab
I know.
Ravenel.
I
No
have a
offense,
deep desire to
Ravenel.
shoot you, but
None taken.
Okay, good.
My brother
He's-
He's a jerk.
has caused a lot of pain.
he's a
You
bastard.
put my best friend in a ring, okay? We're not talking about him. Can we go?
Ravenel also
Adalia and
killed
Varric are
Solmander,
probably
by the way.
panicking.
I'm not sure. If
or
that's a big
asleep.
deal.
I'm not sure which one.
Certainly, we're nearly to the outskirts of the city. Just a little longer.
It seems we were quick to judge. This must be the real Ravenel.
Are you?
Look at how he carries his shoulders. They're tense and tight against his body. He's not cocky.
I don't see how we can trust him on sight. What must they have done to gain Ambrose and Pickle's faith so quickly?
Saved their lives.
I don't like this at all.
Change is never easy. And the way that things change so quickly around us, it's hard to trust. But look at them.
Alright.
They're healthy, they're safe. If that were the Ravenel we knew, they would already be dead.
Alright. Okay.
Her hoots and nuzzles into Adalia. Rest those weapon hands. Here, I made some food.
Adalia will very reluctantly let the firebolt that was like building up in her hands dissipate. Food sounds good.
We must trust our friends. And
Right.
who knows? Maybe they are Vitroka.
What does that mean, darling?
A friendly stranger.
Friendly strangers. All right. Is it mutton? I very much enjoyed that.
I'm afraid it's not quite mutton. And you see like 4 squirrel legs poking out of a pot.
Great.
I like squirrel. I like squirrel as well, darling. You cook it so well. And then I guess we'll just eat.
When I do cook it, I mean, it's better raw, but, you know.
All right. And I think we'll go ahead and call it there for the week. Next week, we'll go ahead and do the reunification of the 2 parties. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Thanks for joining us, everyone, live. This is just the start of our live streaming journey for the homebrew here.
Very excited.
Powered fail.
So excited.
And make sure to join us every Sunday, 7 p.m. EST. It's not just going to be powered fail. Sanity damage is going to go live. And World Weavers will return. So pretty soon we'll have a full streaming schedule for you guys. We're still going to upload these audios as podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So you can still get your powered fail fix at work if that's how you listen. We'd love to hear from you guys. Jump in Discord, discord.gg/thehomebrew. Tell us what you think of the new characters. Tarsian, Ravenel gets a little bit confusing sometimes because they look the same, but they're not the same. If you got a couple extra Ortemalian silver lying around, you can go check out our Patreon. Patreon.com/thehomebrew. $2 gets you access to all kinds of cool stuff. PDFs, wallpapers. We've got offerings at higher tiers. all the way up to like if you're a crazy person want to pay us $100, you can play D&D with me and TJ and Pippin from Sanity Damage and
I
Homebrew.
only kill people like every other session. It's fine.
Right. He's a madman. But you'd have to be a madman not to take up that deal. Eh? You see what I'm saying? This live show is a Homebrew live show, and our sponsor at the Homebrew is fanrolldice.com. Fanroll Dice. Get yourself some dice. Use promo code Homebrew at checkout for 10% off everything on the site. And remember, everyone, you are loved. You are loved as much as I'm sure Pickles loves hanging out with the new Ravenna.
So much.
I'm sure she loves that a lot.
Greatest. Amazing. It's been 3 days.
You are as important as self-confidence, enough self-confidence to make yourself a god. But you gotta think highly of yourself.
have
You
it.
can't always be beaten on yourself. You're better than you think.
Yeah.
And you matter. You matter as much as God, all that crazy shit you guys were doing to get the hell out of there. I was shocked by a lot of it.
It was so
I
Fighting for my,
We were.
fighting for my life.
Yeah. You know, you say the Inquisition is after us. We're gonna try real hard not to get inquisited. You know.
I
Right.
want to be inquired upon.
You matter as much as the very real wanted posters that are going to be up for you now after you murdered that gnome.
Good riddance.
Ambrose.
I was in a bag. so it was
Ambrose
just
murdered
you.
a gnome.
Ambrose murdered a gnome.
Just
We were not
Ambrose.
there. We disavow that action.
I'll do it
I
again.
played.
Also shot an officer of the Inquisition. So I
That's
mean that's a whole other
And
thing.
I'll
He
do it
lived,
again.
But
Oh God.
We're just blasphemers. He murdered a guy.
Yeah, he murdered a guy.
All
We're just hanging out.
snitches will pay.
Stitches get stitches.
well, thank you so much for joining us, everybody, and we'll look forward to our next stream. We'll see you
We
then.
love you.
Bye.
We love you.
Bye, everybody. Woo!
Thank you so much for listening and watching.
Yeah.